dressed in a suit. I consider myself a professional. The truth of the matter is, I'm so happy to be here because I know it's choices that I made when I was a little bit older than y'all where I wouldn't have been able to talk to you the way I am. I would have been locked up. And somebody might say, why do you think I might have been locked up? Somebody give me an answer. This is going to be amongst all. We're going to talk today. Tell me the reason why you think I might have gotten in trouble when I was younger. Yes, sir?
Hanging out with the wrong people at the wrong time.
That's good. That's very good. He said hanging out with the wrong people at the wrong time. Doing drugs. Anybody else? Those are two good ones. Those are two good ones. For me, I just want to give you some background information on me and my story. My dad was a minister. My mother was a school teacher. My father graduated from Morehouse in Atlanta. My mother graduated from Atlanta. I actually was adopted. They moved to New York, and I found out I was adopted about 10 years old. Now, my family loved me, and I love my family, but once I found out that I was adopted, something started to change in me. I had self-doubt. I thought because even though they loved me, I thought, well, they're not my real parents, and I started to act out. And then watching MTV when it first started, and rap and hip-hop, guess what type of images I started to see? Let's just follow this hand. I'm going to show you something.
Bam!
These images right here. And so, even when you hear the, like, how did everybody feel like when Pusha T's music was playing and you heard the curse words? How did you feel?
Like I was about to get shot.
Like what?
Like I was about to get shot.
Like he was about to get shot. And although Seiko gave you the disclaimer, for me, it's kind of like I wanted to change things up. All I could do was think about when I was you guys' age. And the truth of the matter is, in my household, my parents never told me anything wrong. They always led me down the right path. But at the end of the day, when I became a certain age, I decided that I wanted to make decisions for myself. And both of the things that you guys did are things that I started to get into, and much worse. But I truly believe one of those things that started to mold me, it is from those images. So, everybody look at this screen. What is it that you see right here? Somebody tell me. What do you see?
So, gang signs.
You see gang signs. And what does that mean? How does that make you feel?
I really don't. I don't want to be in the gang.
It's good.
It feels like they're trying to influence you.
That's beautiful. He said it feels like they're trying to influence you to be in the gang. What about you in the back? What would you raise your hand? What do you see?
Like he said, he's about to get shot.
It feels like you're about to get shot. Anybody else see anything different? Okay. Well, yes, sir. What do you see?
All right. I see empowerment.
Tell me how.
Yo, when you're out there and you know it's dangerous and you with your boys, you got a whole bunch of people with you, you're able to do stuff like that, you just kind of feel like you're on top of the world. Like nobody can touch you, 5-0 can't mess with you, the neighborhood, everybody's scared of you. That's a feeling of power, man.
Did you ever experience that?
No.
I'm glad you did.
I see him right there, but I also see solidarity and brotherhood. I mean, you hear it all the time. That's my dog, that's my man, that's my ace over there. That's your brother.
Right.
And something happens to one of you, you're supposed to look out for your brother. And even though that's a negative association by activities that they do, it's still a sign of brotherhood. Gangs fraternities are the same thing. The only difference is one commits crime and one doesn't.
I mean, at first, everybody's answer is great, and I truly believe in that. And also, for me, coming from a gang from around here, we didn't think we were a gang, but we were a gang. And even the things that you said, think about what I told you about my history. Even though I had a family, I didn't want to turn my back on them. They didn't turn on me. And then I started going out, being friends with people who were making bad choices.
What type?
Very bad choices. Making bad choices to be in the gang. But then also, what's so crazy is that once you're in this gang, I felt that brotherhood. And it's so crazy because in 12th grade, I went to Green Run, and I remember somebody got shot, and somebody got killed. And it wasn't somebody that we knew, it was somebody else, but I was like, I couldn't believe that I was out there when somebody was shooting, and it started to wake me up. So I went to Norfolk State about 2 years, and the people that I would have died for, it's like that I thought were my friends and I thought were my family. I don't even know where they are right now. I haven't seen them in years. But had you asked me, would I die for him? Would I ride or die? The answer was yes. But it all has to do with our choices and our decisions. That's what it all has to do with. It has to do with you taking the power, to you being young, to saying, no, I'm not going to be in the game. And for me, I got lost. And I got lost to these images. But I like what he said, because it's all about, even though this is one image, how is it that everybody can see different things? And we all do. But what I'm telling you guys is, as a youth today, it's about you making choices for you and you deciding to reach your goals. Does that sound like something we could all do? Yeah. Now, let's take this picture again. What about now if we see all these guys right here, and what do you see if they had on all suits? How does that make you feel? How would that make you feel?
Like what? Say it louder. Say it loud. Loud and proud.
Bankrupt.
If they had on suits, it would make you feel like you.
I seen this image, and then there was another one beside it with them in suits. I feel like I'm going broke if they had my.
Oh, I see. So what you're saying is, here's an image, but here's another image of 3 black men, but they have on suits, like they're poor, and these are the rich guys. Is that what you mean?
No, them same people in another picture in suits.
Yeah,
Interesting. Yeah, I'm not trusting. Nah.
Like you got gas.
Yeah, I'm gonna feel like I'm getting gypped. They gonna take all my money.
I invested my money into this thug Emirates, this turn up scene. That's where I put my money. I was buying their music, buying their CDs, but the real deal is they're like this. So I feel like I was fake. Is that what I'm getting?
Yeah, something like that.
Something like that. So something like that ain't right.
I think he said like his bank, the people that work at his bank is those guys.
That leads to another thing, because that could be true, and this is the thing, I guess, what I had to learn before I graduated to the professional that I am today. I walked around like that, and nothing's wrong like that. Nothing's wrong with that, and it's you want to love yourself, but it's sometimes society will start to tell you that this is a wrong image. Well, what's wrong with it? Oh, how about the hoodie thing? Everybody remembers about Trayvon, and now all of a sudden, you're being stopped by the police because you're looking like a thug. Raise your hand today if you think you're dressed like a thug.
You ain't still take that.
What about your hair? Does your hair look like you're a thug?
Oh yeah, I get. People think I smoke because of my hair, and I have to constantly tell them I don't smoke.
How does that make you feel when they assume that about you?
It frustrates me sometimes.
I can understand it. I can definitely understand it. And those are the things that I grew up with as well. Because here I was, as black men, here we are. We already know it's hard out here, and we're trying to succeed. And yet you find the rest of society is kind of trying to keep you down. When it doesn't have anything with my resume, or it doesn't have anything with what I did, but they're simply looking at you and they're making assumptions. And everybody knows about the assumption thing, right? Okay, that's exactly what you get. But for me, what was important when I was about 23 or 24, one of my best friends, a guy named Ern, because the things that we were caught up in, he was looking at 5 to 40 years. 5 to 40 years going to jail. This is somebody that I love, somebody I would call my brother, and it was like a wake-up call to me. How was it that I could be involved with things that would take my life away? And I had to back up, and I had to realize that I had to make a change. And nobody else could do it for me except for me. And the thing about it is that I realize now that it starts right here. See, I wasn't like you. See, we know he's going to be somebody. And even see how Seiko did like that. My dad was a minister. So for me, when I hit like 10 or 11, I started getting slick with it. And this is what I was telling her earlier. When I was 10 or 11, and I know nobody here does this, but basically I started being 2 people. I learned how to be